to the Empowered as Fuck channel. I am LJ the coach, the life coach dedicated to helping you build a life filled with fun, freedom, and purpose that you can be absolutely passionate about. And today we are talking about the struggles of being high functioning with ADHD. Okay, so I sat down to record this video on being high functioning with ADHD with the goal of really connecting with my viewers, just so you can kind of know that you're not alone. Your experiences are very real, very valid, and they're not character flaws. It doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you. And as I was recording the video, I realized that I hadn't done a great job of getting a good flow, of having a good, this is the beginning, this is the middle, this is the end. This is the purpose, this is what I'm going to show you, and then this is how we're going to wrap things up. I kind of was like all over the place. I started recording like, oh, these are the different symptoms of being high functioning with ADHD. But halfway through, I kind of realized that I didn't have a real direction for this video, a real plan, a purpose, other than like, hey, here are the symptoms of being high functioning with ADHD. We're in this together. And I was just like, oh shit. Does this mean that, I shouldn't be on YouTube? Does this mean that I'm not going to be a good life coach? Like, what does this mean? What does this mean? And, and, it hit me. I just started recording videos for YouTube a few weeks ago. I am not an expert at this in any way, shape, or form. And everyone who starts on YouTube, their first videos are always kind of awkward, stumbling through things. Like they're not the best because you don't know what the hell you're doing. You don't know what you're doing until you're doing it. And so I had to take a minute to stop being hard on myself. And then I was like, okay, so what do I want to do? Because I don't think I just want to scrap this video and be done with it. But I know it's not the best. So like, what am I going to do with it? So then I think what I have just decided to do is I'm still going to go ahead and put this video together with what I have for a couple of reasons. One, I do think that the content is good. And I think that by watching it, you'll be able to see that like I really truly understand what you're going through. And you'll be able to understand that this space that I'm creating for you, the Empowered as Fuck channel, is a place where you're going to have fun, where you're going to feel loved and understood and validated. So, and also the second reason to just kind of show you that like, you don't have to have all this shit together perfectly. You don't need to have a clear plan. That's just life sometimes. You just got to like jump in the deep end and figure it out. And this YouTube channel is really important to me because one, I really want people to be able to get an idea of who I am as a person and as a coach, so you can know if I'm someone that you want to rock with or not. But also because I think that this information is really relevant and really needed. So I'm going to just go ahead and put the video together with what I have so you can see what it is. And just see that, no, it's not perfect. It doesn't have a clear ending. I'm going to go back to the drawing board and work on this so that it does have a clearly defined beginning, middle, and end, a clearly defined purpose. But I think I kind of just want you to see what it's like, the messiness of it all. Like they say, you can't compare your beginning to somebody who's been doing this 10 years in the game. So I think I just want you guys to see that. So I'm going to go ahead and stitch the video together. I'm actually recording this after I tried my several takes, you'll see. And I'm just going to put it all together so you can see what it looks like. I guess this will just be a behind the scenes type video. Yeah, I move a lot. Ooh, okay. Now I'm just being ridiculous. Yeah, but that's what I'm going to do. All right, bye. Oh my God. I gotta keep remembering to do this. Like, subscribe, comment. I'm really excited. I hope I get a lot of comments so that I can talk and type back to people. I'm really excited to do that. But yeah, that's it. Okay. All right. Bye. So, what do I mean when I say that you're high functioning with ADHD? So, what that is that externally you are meeting expectations. So, you're doing fine at work, you're taking care of your kids, your spouse, your parents. You're able to keep up with your responsibilities, maintain relationships, showing up for your friends, and all that. So, from the outside, it appears that everything is okay. But on the inside, you are struggling. You're struggling with the overwhelm, exhaustion, and the self-doubt from having to work twice as much just to keep up with everyone else. Yes, I see you. I'm right here with you, sis. And so I'm going to go over a couple of things, well, more than a couple of things, but I'm going to show you what I mean when I say high functioning with ADHD. And I think it's going to be a lot of, girl, me too. Yes. So I am creating this for you if you are high functioning with ADHD, which I am, which is why I can't remember what I'm supposed to be saying next. So give me a minute. Let me look at my notes. So one of the things with when you're high functioning with ADHD is procrastination that's masked as like last minute productivity, right? So we procrastinate, and although we don't tend to miss a lot of deadlines, we don't tend to have a ton of incomplete activities and tasks. The thing is, we tend to wait until the last moment to get things done. And I remember this quote, someone said that like, is it that you do your best work under pressure, or is it that you do all of your work under pressure? So that's what ADHD is. It's not so much that we do our best work under pressure, it's that all the work we're doing is happening under pressure. So if that's you, girl, yes, same, me too. Another thing is that we tend to feel chronically overwhelmed. Like it's always a constant thing that's going on. And although we don't have like a complete shutdown when we're overwhelmed, we do try to hide the fact that we're overwhelmed, which means we don't reach out for help. We're just suffering in silence. And we work really hard to overcompensate so that we can create the illusion that we're okay. We struggle with emotional regulation, which means we do have these really intense emotions, but being high functioning, we work really hard to suppress and hide these emotions because we feel the need to put on the appearance of having it all together, of being completely under control. So even though we are high functioning with ADHD, the symptoms may not be as visible, especially the emotional symptoms, but that doesn't mean that they're any less devastating to us. We just work really hard to keep them buried, which honestly just has a negative impact on our mental health. We also have difficulty following through. We can start projects with a ton of enthusiasm and focus, but then struggle to complete them and keep that enthusiasm that we had when we first started. So, for example, I bought a treadmill, weights, and some running shoes. So, because I'm like, I'm going to exercise, get fit. And for a couple of weeks, I did great. And then over time, I just lost that enthusiasm. I had difficulty following through. Even though it's something that I really wanted to do, it's something that I struggled to follow through with. And it took a while for me to realize that, that difficulty following through, it is not a character flaw. It's just a symptom of how our brains are different. And right there with having trouble following through with things is time management. I think that that's like the most common symptom with ADHD is struggling with time management. Oh my goodness. How often, right? How often is it that you are rushing through things, doing things at the last minute, and then you're forgetting things, sometimes making mistakes, right? And then when that happens, you get frustrated. You feel guilty. You think, why didn't I manage my time better? Why was I hyper focused on the wrong things? Why was I procrastinating? Why is it so hard for me to follow through with things? Yes. And so when you're high functioning with ADHD, again, you do we tend to get these things done, but there's a lot of barriers in the way. There's a lot of internal struggle that we're going through that people from the outside just don't see and don't understand. Okay, and like my favorite ADHD symptom, kind of connected to difficulty following through, is the damn forgetfulness. Oh my God. Have you heard of the ADHD tax? Like, here's an example. I cannot tell you. So I get stuff from online and oftentimes I need to return it. I cannot tell you how many things that I have been meaning to go put in my car and take back to the store, but I keep forgetting. So like I've got all these things that I'm not going to use, or it doesn't fit, or it doesn't work. But because I'm so fucking forgetful, and sometimes even the procrastination, I don't end up returning these things. That's the ADHD tax. It takes us longer to do things. Oh my God, let's talk about actually filing taxes as a person with ADHD. Oh my goodness. Again, it's the forgetfulness, the difficulty following through, having trouble prioritizing and organizing things. Another thing is forgetfulness. How many times has this happened to you where you think that you responded to an email or a text? You mentally came up, formulated a response in your head. Come to find out, you never sent it. You never even typed it out. That, again, the forgetfulness. I say it's my favorite because it's the one that I am most famous for is the forgetfulness. And again, I always thought like, ooh, oh my goodness, like I can't admit this to people. I'm a life coach. How are people they're not gonna want to come and work with me if they think I'm just gonna be forgetful. And the thing is,